Ladies and gentlemen, we're back with the second and final portion of today's program, and we have a special guest from the AA, or the Alcoholics Anonymous, ladies and gentlemen. And we would like to remind you that there's no problem with your set. We really are not showing the whole the profile of our special guest, but we just want to hear what they have to say about this problem of alcoholism. Okay, when you wake up in the morning, and then Bruce, they say, okay, so I'm gonna get over with the hangover. I have to have another drink. Is that a sign that you're an alcoholic?
Yes.
Di ba ganun? Di ba?
Oo, yes.
Sundin mo sabi.
Sign na yun. Sign na yun. May problema ka na.
And I think it's also a sign. I purposely did not drink in the morning, although I really wanted to, because if I drank in the morning, I was an alcoholic, and I wasn't an alcoholic. So, however, that was when I had to go into work. On the weekends, I could drink in the morning, so but that didn't count.
That's right. Kung minsan kasi, yung paggising mo ng umaga, pasakit na yung ulo mo, kukuha ka muna ng tubig na malamig sa refrigerator.
Yung trembling, do you have some trembling?
A little bit, not that
tremors?
much. One of the things I think, I mean, I held down a job. Part of my other denial was I'm not an alcoholic because I don't miss work. And I made it into work every day. Sometimes I left early. And when I really was hungover, I didn't do much at work. But I think in some ways that kept me from drinking all day long over long periods of time where I didn't end up with the horrible withdrawals.
But what about housewives, who stay home and they're lonely and then they start drinking? That's the things that I see in the movies. Is that happening?
That's happening.
In real life?
That's happening in real life.
They started with a little bit?
I think in the States, I think that's the movie When a Man Loves a Woman. Galing yung woman doon. But I think it's happening here, not only here but abroad. That's how alcoholic do to women. And minsan mahirap man sabihin, pero kawawa yung mga babae pagdating dyan sa...
So, but what happens? Okay, you should say kawawa yung mga babae. You pity the women who start drinking or become alcoholics. But what happens to the family? How is the family affected by all this?
It is probably as much, if not more so, it's more devastating to the family than to the alcoholic. The alcoholic goes merrily along his way drinking, and the family goes crazy trying to control or help the alcoholic. That's just and then of course you've got all this other devastation where the alcoholic drinks up the paycheck, doesn't make it to work, loses the job, the wife has to take care of things, and so it's just devastation.
Or you start owning this, selling this,
Yes.
stuff in the house,
That's
right?
right. That's right.
Jewelry.
Actually, the work is affected. If there's an alcoholic in the family, and some children doesn't want to accept visitors because they see that their father
Or mom.
or
Both of them.
That's right.
They're drinking right now.
Ayaw nilang magkaroon ng visitor, and
Nahiya, no?
nahiya, and they get it outside. That's where it will start yung alcoholism din ng anak.
Or sleep over in some other houses.
That's right.
Also.
So hindi na sila nag-guide ng maayos. Yun yung start yan. Unless the father or the mother will get some help. And ako at that time, it's Father Ted who asked me that and told me that George had a problem. So I told myself I don't have a problem. It's Ma, and Tang who has a problem. I don't have
Blaming
a problem.
others, huh? You blame others, not yourself.
Not me. Not me. So what they did is they locked me inside the nut house or mental hospital. The psychiatric ward in Manila. That's where I.
You need some professional help.
Yes.
Is it always? Is the AA providing this?
No.
No.
But AA can help.
Can help.
If you
Refer you to people who are
Yes,
professionals.
if you have that desire,
Mhm.
just like if you have that desire to stop, AA people can help. We members of AA can help. Yes.
And I really what AA is it's a big method in the union. There are other ways to get sober, but most of the professional people will they have drying out a place where you go if to sort of segregate yourself from the rest of the population and learn about alcoholism and the treatment center.
Yeah, they will refer you to AA.
And they say, once you get out of here, your long-term solution is to go to AA. And people get sober and stay sober simply by going to AA meetings. There are a lot. The alcoholic that needs medical treatment because his withdrawal will result in DTs and maybe even death, he needs to go where he's going to get medical treatment, and he probably needs to go to a treatment center because he probably doesn't want to stay sober. There are a number of people that can just go directly to AA meetings and get sober. I did not go to a treatment center. I went to an outpatient. I went to meetings and I went to an outpatient center one night a week, and that gave me a history taught me about alcoholism.
And during that time, you were drunk every day, every night.
No, once I started going to AA, I was able to stop. I went to meetings off and on before I finally was in a position where I made a promise.
Yes.
I did not think I was an alcoholic, but I made a promise I would try this, or I would try AA and do what
is good about the AA? Do you have, the members, they will help you, get over the problem?
It is, as George said, I think one of the big things, particularly for the new person, I go in and I can relate to other people telling their stories, and I begin to realize I'm just like that. I am indeed an alcoholic. And then there is, for the first time in my life, I am around people who are sober and saying, I'm enjoying life by not drinking. And I hear people say, don't drink. All you got to do is stay sober a day at a time. I hear the things that people talk about at AA meetings, and they have a regular program that we follow, and we discuss those kind of things at AA meetings.
When do you know that you're okay? You're sober?
Well, one thing you said, I am sober a day at a time. I could drink. I don't think
you can always go back, right?
I can always go back.
And back to the same stuff, right?
What I need to continue doing those things that got me sober, because my mind is such. If I stopped going to meetings, I think it would not be long before my mind would tell me, "Oh, it's okay to have a drink." And I am an alcoholic. And I could be I'm a sober alcoholic now. I could be an active alcoholic tomorrow if I picked up a drink, because then that's going to start that craving, and I'll be back worse than I was before.
But this is an addiction, right? There's some physical things that will happen to your body.
Oh yeah, this guy says that there is. The American Medical Association now classifies it as a disease, and there's kind of this disease model that addiction is a disease. There's that aspect of it, and if I take an addictive substance for a long enough period of time, I'm going to become addicted to it, and alcohol is certainly an addiction.
Okay, so ikaw.
Yeah, in my own experience. When I went into AA, they told me that you go to meetings and then you get a sponsor. And hindi naman sponsor na.
Gagastos.
Gagastos, no. It's a sponsor who will guide you. Who will guide you to recovery or to the program that Alcoholics Anonymous has. Kasi meron siyang
Is it the
12
same
steps.
set of programs for
Yes.
everybody?
Yes,
They follow a certain
Yes.
procedure?
Yes. So there's the same procedure. There's a program. Magkakaroon siya ng program yung isang alcoholic, and if you will follow those steps, you have a very big chance.
Yes. It's
stay sober.
still up to you, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's still up to you,
Yeah.
the guy,
Yeah.
to be sober.
You've got to do they call it work at a program, and you work the AA program. Along that lines, in addition to having meetings, there are conventions. There was the
Yes.
international convention in San Antonio in July of this year. They have the international convention every 5 years. Here in Angeles, there is a convention every year.
Yes.
And
When is that?
That's going to be October the 14th. 15th,
Oh, very soon,
and
huh?
16th, yes.
Fiesta. Let's drink to that.
And if somebody is interested in Alcoholics Anonymous, again, they can go to that Alcoholics Anonymous.
Where are they
page.
going to hold that?
That's going to be at the Marlin Manson Hotel,
that's in Marlin
and
Manson.
it starts on Friday the 14th. It starts at 6 p.m. Registration is at 3 p.m. and it goes all day Saturday and a half a day Monday. And anybody who's interested, it's a good place to go to kind of get an introduction to what AA is all about.
And at the same time, you will hear a lot of the stories of alcoholics. And if you have a problem in alcoholism, you can probably relate
Yes.
in every speaker that they will have in that
So they're
convention.
graduates also. Those who will be talking there.
Some are sober 39 years. How many years have you been?
27.
27.
Oh.
I've been